for 5 tips. I wanted to specify on local SEO because I thought that was the most important to focus on our community. And we'll just go ahead and get started. And if you guys have any questions, probably at the end, whatever you guys have to ask, we're happy to answer. So tip number 1 is to claim your business. Businesses should first start with claiming and optimizing business listings on Google My Business platform, as well as Bing and Facebook. This is extremely important because it increases your visibility among local search. One thing you want to make sure is that your name, address, and phone number are up to date and consistent among all listings. And you only want to choose business categories that are really relevant and specific to your niche and your business. So be sure to add a business description as well, and that tells users exactly what your business does. And the more you include images, the better it is for your visibility. And so I've included a link here on how to optimize your Google My Business page. So slide number 2, create precise citations. A citation acts as a business description among online directories and validates your presence among the community. Citations are important as they increase ranking factors among search engines. So you want to think the more citations that you build, the more visibility your business has, which contributes to better ranking. Business citations you can build through search engines, social media profiles, business directories like Yelp, Yellow Pages, TripAdvisor, and also through content through local events and community news pages. The most important thing here is that you want to make sure all your citations are consistent among all platforms, or it will negatively affect your ranking. And again, I've included a link here through and that helps you find directories specific to your niche, which you could build citations from. Tip number 3 would be to post engaging content. This shouldn't come as a surprise, but you want to focus on content that is beneficial and easy to understand. The more you avoid industry jargon and just include relevant and specific information, the better. We find that video, live stream, blogs, tutorials, infographics, things that actually help people are the most relevant and engaging content. Within your content, you want to include relevant keywords, images, hashtags, and if you're not sure on what keywords to use, you can create an account with Google Ads. And you can go to Google Keyword Planner. This is all free, and this will help you search which keywords are most relevant for your industry. That way you can put those keywords into your blogs, into your content, and you can start to slowly rank for those keywords. You want to try and post your content at least 3 times a week, and if you're only posting on social media platforms, we want to try to aim for 1 to 2 times per day. And I feel like social media can be stressful, and managing content can always be stressful. So we recommend programs and platforms like Hootsuite. It's very easy to manage, schedule, and post on multiple social media platforms. Tip number 4 would be to collect and respond to your reviews. The goal with reviews is to build trust and credibility among users as well as search engines. Customer feedback allows for fresh content for search engines to crawl and provide social proof for potential customers. Your target keywords are likely to rank higher if the review contains a specific product, service, business name, or location. And that applies for when you're responding to these reviews as well. So if you can put something about your product or service in your review, that's going to help your content and help your, when Google crawls your site. So responding to reviews shows user engagement and often improves your click-through rate as well as your bounce rate. Reviews combined with snippets create a higher click-through rate and help deem the product service as popular, which snippets are fantastic. And then responding to negative reviews often results in users updating positive responses and or deleting the negative review. So even if you get a negative review, if you can try and get on there and just address the situation, most times we see that this helps tremendously. We also included a link here on how to create a snippet for you if you're not familiar with snippets. And lastly, tip number 5 would be optimize your website for SEO best practices. Your current website should be user-friendly and mobile responsive, and I've included a link to test to see if you're mobile friendly, and as well as a link to improve your user experience. We have also, you want to also check your website page speed. Page speed has a direct effect on ranking, bounce rate, and dwell time. The average visitor demands engagement within 5 to 10 seconds of visiting a website. So we again included a link to test your site speed here. And then this kind of gets into a little bit more advanced SEO, but you want to start reviewing your title tags, meta descriptions, H1 tags, body content, URL structures, schema and markups. This is all on-page SEO information and optimization, which is really important. And again, we included a link to kind of learn a little bit more about that. And then lastly is link building. And link building is often the most effective form of off-page SEO. We consider it to be 90% of SEO really. And you only want to perform what's known as white hat SEO tactics, or your website can easily get banned from search engines. So when you're link building, you're creating backlinks, which are links back to your site. This improves your domain authority, which is how Google and other search engines deem trustworthiness. And so this helps improve keyword ranking and visibility, and this is basically what gets you on that first page of Google or whatever search engine you're using. So again, we've included links to Moz and link research tools. These are really helpful in understanding. And link building does tend to be a more advanced SEO strategy.
Does anybody have any questions?
Hey, Chelsea, will you talk just a little bit about keywords? Because I know that keyword rules have changed, and I think you now don't have to repeat words. Like say, you know, Bradenton dentist, you know.
Yeah.
Bradenton, you know, so can you talk, I'm no expert. I barely know any of this.
Yeah, no, that's.
Can you talk about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so there used to be a time where people would put as many keywords or the same keyword over and over again in the page. Sometimes they would put several different keywords. It's called keyword stuffing, and Google doesn't like that anymore. What you want to do is you want to focus, ideally each page should be focusing on one target keyword, and you want to write content around that. And basically the way you tell Google, you have to lead them to it. So you have to tell them that this is the keyword that's important to me for this page by making it part of your header tags, by making it an alt tag for your images, by putting it in the meta description, and by putting it in the page title. That tells Google that this is what this page is about. And of course, they're going to they're going to find other keywords on that page, and they're going to index those too. But by telling them, you know, this is the keyword that I want to focus on. That'll help. I mean, and the other big thing that helps is building backlinks, because when you do link building and you build backlinks to your website, you can specify what keyword is relevant to this page, and those links just create more validity. Like they make that the website more trustworthy for that keyword, and it tells Google like this is what this website or this page is for, and that really helps with ranking.
Thank you. And one more question: are there commonly overlooked keywords that should be obvious to us that people often miss, whether it's geography or don't forget to say you're a dentist, or, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you should always do, for local traffic, you want to make sure you do a keyword that's like your main keyword plus the location. But something that's pretty popular right now is like dentist near me. A lot of people forget that, put near me. A lot of people will type that in because most people are on their phones. And when they're out and about, they might not type in dentist Bradenton. They might just type in dentist near me or dentist in my area, for instance. So those are types of keywords. So anything that's like geographical or location based is really important.
And really helpful.
Good point.
And sometimes SEO is just organic search. So, you know, it does take a little bit longer to appear organically. But the nice thing about SEO is that once you do it, you pretty much stay ranking. Whereas paid advertising is more of on-demand search. So that way, when you are searching, your ad will come up triggered by certain keywords. Whereas SEO is just that organic search, which will continue to rank over time.
I mean, and that the ads that you're seeing on other people's sites, that's paid advertising. That's called remarketing or retargeting. And basically, it in Google, you can, and Facebook too, you can choose if somebody comes to your website, they can see an ad anywhere they go if it's a partner of Google, and you can limit how many times they can see that. And that's why if you're searching, if you're on Amazon, Amazon does this a lot. If you go on Amazon, you're looking at shoes, you might see those same shoes on other sites all throughout the week. That's their remarketing. That works. I mean, it's the cheapest form of paid advertising. It's usually pretty cheap to get people back through remarketing, and it's super effective. Yeah.
That was fantastic. I appreciate it, especially because that's not my forte at all, and you made it very understandable.